Good evening, everyone. So this topic is we can say that is a continuation of earlier previous topic, the unconscious mind. It's connected with the mind. So when I discussed with one of my students, so I decided to talk about the mind again because it's so important for all of us. So at the time of the Buddha, a group of monks went to a village. So before they go to village, so they take meditation method from the Buddha. Normally, they went to remote villages to do meditation. So they reach one village called Matika. So the mother of village headman take care of them and take care of their food, their places, and they take care of their head. So because of that, so after during the rainy season, during the 3 months of rainy season, at the end of rainy season, they became arahant. All the monks became arahant. So after rainy season, it is a tradition in Buddhism at the time of the Buddha that so the monks from 4 directions, so they were come back to the place or the monastery where the Buddha was residing. So then they will pay homage to the Buddha, and they will the Buddha will ask. So everything and the places, everything there. So the monks, so they talk to the Buddha. So when they are staying in that village, so the mother of village headman called Matika Mata. So she take care of everything. Food, accommodations, anything they want. And also they told the Buddha, so the Matika Mata, the lady, so she requested to the monks whether she can practice the meditation. So the monk give meditation method to the lady, to the mother had Matika Mata. The lady practiced meditation. So she became non-returner. Before those monks became arahant. You see, Matika Mata, the lady, she requested meditation method from the monks. Actually, they are just Puthojana, ordinary monks. So they got meditation method from the Buddha. They come to the village. So Matika Mata got meditation method from those monks. Then she practiced meditation because of her profession, because of her parami. She became non-returner. So by that time, she also achieved divine ear and divine eye as well, psychic power. So after becoming non-returner, after achieving psychic powers, and she observed and she saw the mind of those monks. Actually, they haven't achieved anything. Then she take care of everything they need. So at the end of 3 months of rainy retreat, all the men became arahant. So when the man go back to Savatthi, Jetavana monasteries, they talk about Matika Mata, the lady who take care of them. So by that time, a young monk, anonymous young monk, was sitting nearby and listening, and she was impressed with the Madhika Mata, the lady. So she is non-rectangular, she is high psychic power, and she can see, she can hear, and she knows the mind of other people. Then he, anonymous monk, decided to go to that village for his meditation practice. Then the Buddha gave meditation method to him, and the young monks went to that Madhika Mata, that village. Before he arrived, the village monasteries, everything was set up. Everything is ready for him. So the villager clean the monasteries, and they tidy up the bed, and they bring the water, etc. So he was worried. He was surprised because so they know that he is coming. Actually, even though nobody informed, so they know that he is coming to the village. Then, so when the man arrived to the monasteries, so he have an idea. He has thinking in his mind. So I was very tired, and I'm hungry and thirsty. So if I knew that Madhika Mata, the lady, she has psychic power. If she know my thinking, she will let the people bring the food. Then the Madhika Mata knew, just sitting at her house. So prepare food and everything, the monk's desire. Then a young monk, anonymous young monk, also surprised because the food is as he desired, as he thought. Then he eat the food and drinks. Then he thought that the lady, Madhika Mata, she know my thinking. I want to see her. If she come to monastery, it will be very nice. The Madhika Mata, the lady herself came to the monasteries. So the man surprised, This time also the lady Madhika Mata, so she know thinking of a young monk. So when Madhika Mata came to monasteries, of course they have a conversation. Then at the end of conversation, a young monk thought to Madhika Mata, I will go back. I want to go back to Savatthi. I don't want to stay here. So Madhika Mata asked, why? Because so a young man thought, as a Puthojana, I may be thinking unsuitable things. I may be thinking, I may have a bad thinking. So if the lady knew what I'm thinking, it will be a shame to me. Then because of that, he was afraid. Then he decided to go back to Savatthi. So when he arrived Savatthi, and he reported about this case to the Buddha. And the Buddha told him, you must go back to that village. You must go back to that village. The young monk was surprised. One day I am afraid of that lady because she knew everything I thought. I couldn't go there. I'm not there to go there. Then the Buddha said that if you control one thing, you don't need to be afraid. What you have to do is to control only one thing. So the man asked, what is it? The Buddha said, the mind. The mind. So the Buddha taught to young monks, if you control one thing, you don't need to be afraid of the lady. So here, one thing, hear me. You control your mind, you keep your mind to the meditation object. Then the Buddha taught to the monks one of the verses from chapter 3 from Dhamma. Sorry. In Dhamma, we have many chapters. So one of the chapter 3 is connected with the mind. So actually, this story of a young monk, is from chapter 3, second story. And the Buddha taught to the monks, the mind is difficult to control. Swiftly and lightly, very swift, very light. It moves and lands wherever it pleases. So the mind will move and the mind will land wherever it pleases. So actually our mind normally move to the object where we enjoy. It is good to tame the mind. The Buddha said that it is good to tame the mind, for a well-tamed mind brings happiness. It is good to tame the mind, for a well-trained mind brings happiness. So this is one of the famous story that we normally refer when we talk about the mind. So in that story, so the Buddha taught to the monks, if you control one thing, so that is one thing here is the mind, you don't need to be afraid of the lady. So the Buddha told him to go back to that village, that the monks listen to the Buddha and he follow what the Buddha instructed. So when he arrived to that village, so Matikamata, the lady, take care of him, food, accommodation, everything. So by making a lot of effort, by controlling his mind, at the end, he became arahant. So this is in this story, we can find that the importance of the mind. So in the Dhamma, that chapter is called Chaita. Chaita is the mind. Actually, when we talk about the mind here, even though we use the word Chaita, it indicates both consciousness and mental factor. Chaita here means not just consciousness, it also including mental factor. So the most important thing is to control our mind. So for that reason, Buddhism talk about the importance of the mind. If we can control the mind, if we can tame the mind, so the mind will bring happiness and welfare of our mind. So in Anguttara Nikaya, in one place, the Buddha said that Chaitena niyati loko. Chaitena niyati loko. The mind governs the world. The mind governs the world. So you are happy because of your mind. You are unhappy because of your mind. Happiness and unhappiness largely based on your mind. Even though you may have many problems, physical problems, if you can tame your mind, you will have stable happiness. So for that reason, mind is the creator. It creates our happiness and our unhappiness. But of course, physical things also will support well-being and happiness of ourselves. But if you cannot tame your mind, if you cannot keep your mind in a better way, then you will not be happy, however you have physical thing. So for that reason, some people are happy even though they don't have so many physical property. Some people are not happy even though they have a lot of property. So of course, having a lot of physical property is important. It will bring you happiness, well-being, a good health. But if you don't have, if you cannot tame your mind, if you do not know how to be happy in life, so you will not get happiness. So today, actually, I will not focus on that part because you have been learning how to be happy, how to get happiness. So there are many instructions and many teachings taught by the Buddha to get happiness. So I will not focus on that one. So what I want to say is our mind is important. So mind is creator of our happiness and happiness. So another thing is, according to Buddhism, we have 31 planes of existence. So according to Buddhist teachings, all these 31 planes of existence are manifestation of our mind. Manifestation of our mind. So we have done a good deed in the past life. Because of that, we were born as a human being. Even we born as a human being, some are intelligent, some are less intelligent. Some even do not have rudimentary common sense. Some are beautiful, some are ugly. Some are rich, some are poor. Just as soon as they were born. So those qualities will be manifested. So if you are rich because of past life, just at the moment you were born, when you're beautiful because of past life, ugly because of past life. So for that reason, you were born as a human being. That is a manifestation of your karma, your mind. Here, karma here is volition or motivation. Actually, karma here is the mind. So because you have craving for existence, then because of that, your mind established in the new existence. So existence in this life as a human being, that is manifestation of our mind in the past life. In the past life. When you were born as a deva, as a Brahma, everything, all 31 planes of existence, the hell being, as animals, as a hungry ghost, wherever realms, wherever planes of existence you were born, it is a manifestation of your mind. So for that reason, mind is important phenomena. Mind is the creator of our life. So you all know that there's no concept of creator. There's no the concept of creator God in Buddhism. The creator God is not accepted in Buddhism. So all our qualities, good or bad, everything our mind created. It's quite clear when we were born, when we learn the process of rebirth. So everything depends on the mind. So for that reason, I want to talk about this a little bit because in among 6 heavenly realms, we have 2 realms called uh, um, Naimanarati. Naimanarati. So Naimanarati means the devas in in that realm. So they created something and they enjoy with this. Suppose they want to eat something, they create it with the mind. No need to cook. And they want to go somewhere, and they will create something to take. Even they create their life partner. So that means the mind create. The mind is powerful. Mind is the creator. Nobody is creating, just our mind. And another one is Pranimita Vasavati. But in that realm, they are not creating themselves. So they command their servants to create something. So their servant created for them and they enjoy it. So everything is man-made. They were born as a deva because of the mind. And they were born as a Brahma because of the mind. So when you look at the life of Brahma, so their lifespan is very long. So their lifespan is so long that we cannot calculate with the normal numbering system. So we have to calculate based on the lifespan of the world. So Sun Brahma, especially in the immaterial Brahma, so their lifespan is so long. So their lifespan is equal to 80,000 lifespan of the world. So the world will arise and will disappear. That is when the lifespan of one world system. That another world will come into being. So in that way, so that their lifespan is so long because of their meditative mind. So before they arrive in Brahma realm, they meditated. So during their meditation, they practice their mind to concentrate on one thing. They can concentrate on one thing for a long time. At least, as a human being, 7 days. Their mind is not going anywhere. Just stick to one meditation object. So, because of the power of concentrations, so when they have attachment to that meditative state, a meditative place, when they die, they were born in those immaterial realm. So, because of their meditative mind, the power of meditative mind, and they was born the Brahma realm, their lifespan is so long. So for that reason, the mind is very powerful in Buddhism. So as a Buddhist, many of you know that. So when we attain a very powerful concentration, so we can attain psychic powers. We can attain divine eye. We can see everything which is very far away, and we can hear divine eye, divine ear. If you have a divine ear, you can hear any songs that you wish. So these are the power of the mind. Even nowadays, some of the meditator can get those highest psychic power. So these are the power of the mind. Normally, we don't have such deep level of concentrations. Because of that, we don't have such psychic power. So if we cultivate If we train our mind, then we can achieve those psychic power. So for that reason, in Buddhism, the mind create everything. The mind governs the world. So even though you are staying in one place, even though two people, even though you two are seeing the same people, living in the same place, eating the same food, but your happiness may not be the same. Some are happy, some are not happy. Even though you are staying in the same country, some are happy, some are not happy. Everything depends on your mind. So for that reason, so when you learn teachings of the Buddha, it talk about taming the mind, how to cultivate your mind to be happy. You can look at, when you look at Abhidhamma deal with the mind. It talk about a little bit of matter or material phenomena. So the whole Abhidhamma deal with the mind because the mind is important. As the Buddha said in Dhamma, the mind is very important. Then many of you know that this is one of the famous verses from Dhamma. The first verse from Dhamma. Mind is forerunner. Mind is forerunner of all things. Mind is the chief. They are mind made. Everything is mind made. Chaitena niyati logo. The mind governs the world. You are happy because of the mind. You're not happy because of the mind. So for that reason, Buddhism always emphasizes the importance of the mind and will teach you how to train your mind. You are following, you are observing precept to train your mind. You are meditating to tame your mind. If you can tame your mind, it will bring happiness. So as the Buddha said, but here the mind is forerunner of all things. The mind is creator of all things. Mind is the chief. They are mind made. If one speaks and acts with the wicked mind, dukkha, suffering, the problem, and happiness follows him, just as the wheel follows the hoofprints of the ox that draws the cart. So if you are speaking with the wicked mind, when you are doing something with the wicked mind, a bad mind, evil mind, then the problem, suffering will follow you. So because of that, we are controlling our bodily and verbal behavior. We are observing sila. And we are controlling our mind because if we are doing something with the wicked mind, it will bring suffering, a happiness problem. So actually, the whole teachings of the Buddha can be summarized here. The mind is the creator. It creates your problem. Your mind creates the problem. The mind creates your happiness. So because of the wicked mind, you will use unpleasant speeches. Because of evil mind, you will do unwholesome things. So the mind is the creator of your suffering, your problem. And the verse number 2, if one speaks and acts with the pure mind, with the good mind, sukha or happiness follow him, like a shadow that never leaves him. So actually, the whole teachings of the Buddha can be summarized here. The mind, just the mind. So for that reason, the mind is our creator. The mind creates everything. So if you have a pure mind, a good mind, then whatever you speak, whatever you act with your body will be good things. So when you have a compassionate mind, so whatever you say will be compassionate words, pleasant words. So your action will be a compassionate manner. So for that reason, what we have to do is we have to look at our mind. Our mind is the creator. It creates everything. Actually, here we have been talking about the mind. Because of this mind, we were born in this life. But we have a different outcomes because of our past karma. Some are intelligent, some are not. Some are beautiful, some are ugly. Some are rich, some are poor. So that means, can we change outcome of our life? So if you think that, many people think that we cannot change our destiny. So we are destined to be like this. So their thinking is fatalistic belief. So if you have a such thing, if you have a such perception and opinion, so that will be called wrong view. That is a wrong view. Obegata deity. Some people think that so they became like this because of their past karma only. Past karma only. You are ugly because of past karma. But of course, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. If you are ugly, you can change some of the part, right? But nowadays, plastic surgery is very common. So a few years ago, I saw a pictures or a family. So both the man and the both husband and wife are very beautiful, but their children are very ugly. They are from China, but in the article it said that both husband and wife they underwent plastic surgery. So earlier both are ugly. So actually they can change, right? They can change their destiny. Even though they are ugly, they can change their appearance. But they cannot change their genetic code. Because of that, the children are ugly. It shows that we cannot change our genetic code. So because of our past karma, we are ugly. So we cannot change our genetic code inside, but we can change outer appearance by doing plastic surgery. Then, if you are poor, if you was born as a poor guy, then you can change it. You can change it. You're poor because of past karma. But if you think that even though you grown up, you stay poor, you think that it is because of past karma, that is wrong. That is wrong view. Your poverty not just based on your past karma, it is also based on current karma as well. Of course, you was born as a poor guy, but you can try to get money, then you can become rich. So that means if you attribute all our qualities, whether it is intelligence, our appearance, our our material game, etc. If you say that this because of past karma, that will be a wrong view. That is a wrong view. So there are something that we can change. We can change. So in um, medical science, most of the medical science, according to medical science, so we cannot change genetic code. So we were born with a particular genetic code. Genetically, we cannot change. So actually, recently they use another word. They use a word. It's called epigenetics. Epigenetics. So that means we cannot change our gene, our genetic code, but we can control it by using the way we do and the lifestyles and the food we eat. So we will have a bad genetic code in our body by controlling our behavior, then our belief, then our thinking, then we can change it, including the food. We can change it. That means we are not changing genetic code, but we trying to control, and we trying to turn off the bad genetic code. So uh, by having, I want to say, a good behavior, and um, by doing good things repeatedly, and also the way we eat. Suppose genetically we're supposed to die at the age of 60, at the age of 60. But if you uh, if you're trying to change your way of life and the way we lifestyle or the way we eat, then the way you think, then you can prolong your lifespan. So actually, according to your genetic code, you're supposed to live 60 years. But if you change your lifestyle and your food and your environment and your behavior, mental behavior, then you can change it. That is called epigenetics. Epigenetics. So that is used recently. So here also, I want to bring forward an important thing. So previous lessons, I talk about unconscious mind. Unconscious mind. So technically, there's no unconscious mind in Buddhism. Every mind will know, will aware the object. But when we look at the definition of unconscious mind, according to Western point of view, then we can use some of the teachings as a unconscious mind according to Western psychology. One of them is the Bhavanga, life continuum. Actually, because of our good impact karma, we was born in this life. That is called rebirth linking consciousness. So the first consciousness in this life is called rebirth linking. Then after that, it will disappear. Another state of mind will arise. That is called Bhavanga or life continuum. Actually, there are a lot of life continuum in our mind stream. So our genetic code, now I'm talking about the mind. our gene, our mental gene will be embedded in the bhavanga. Those who have a compassionate mind, so the compassionate nature will be embedded in the bhavanga. So those who are hostile mind, who are with an anger mind, so their genetic code may be lying in the bhavanga. So for that reason, even though we was born in a how to say in a family, the same family, some are good nature, some are not. So there may be some different karmic effect in our mind, in our bhavanga cheta. So for that reason, in my last lessons, I talk about a policeman. He said that when he was young, he used to be very angry. He normally responds with anger. But right now, because of practicing mindfulness, so he, I want to say, anger will not come in, rarely coming. So I stay within for 1 week. Within 1 week, I didn't see any traces of anger in his mind. So that means he has how to say that state of anger, little bit of state of anger will be embedded in the bhavanga cheta. But by practicing mindfulness, so here practicing mindfulness is not just 1 minute, not just 1 hour. He is repeatedly practicing, cultivating mindfulness all the time. Because of that, even though he may have anger, anger may be lying down as a underlying tendency. Because of conscious mind, mindfulness, the anger do not have a chance to come in. By practicing mindfulness consciously, by practicing mindfulness again and again, repeatedly, mindfulness became second nature. Mindfulness became unconscious mind. So unconsciously, he is very mindful. So even though he may see unpleasant things, he may hear unpleasant sounds, his mind is not responding automatically because mindfulness became unconscious in his mind. So that means even though he may respond with a certain degree of anger, even though certain degree of anger embed in the bhavanga, in his bhavanga cheta, because of repeated practice mindfulness, then the anger do not have chance to arise. So that means the good quality, like in mindfulness, generosity, compassion, loving kindness, if we are practicing those good quality all the mind, all the time, then it became second nature. It became unconscious mind. So for that reason, I said that our mind is the creator. Even we can control our bhavanga cheta, the original cheta. So the original cheta may not be not that much good, but if we are practicing a good quality like in mindfulness, compassion, loving kindness, etc. So it became automatic mind. It became unconscious mind. It goes to unconscious mind. So for that reason, I always recommend uh, many devotees. So you should listen to the Dhamma. You should attend the Dhamma courses because you are cultivating a good quality of the mind. even though you may not notice, those good quality became unconscious mind. So even though before you learn the Dhamma, you may outpass, you may feel angry, you may respond with anger. Those who are listening the Dhamma, those who are practicing the Dhamma in their daily life, it became unconscious mind. It became unconscious mind. So because of that, even though you know it is unpleasant feeling, so anger will not arise at once. That means you can control those negative mental state. You can control those latent tendency. You can control anusia. One of the meditation, one of the rich man in Myanmar, he is very busy with his business. Then he trying to get 10 days for meditation retreat. So within 10 days, he practiced meditation seriously because time is very precious for him. So all the time was busy with his business. But he trying to get 10 days. Then he went to meditation retreat. Practice meditation for 10 days seriously. His mindfulness and concentration is very deep. After he come out from meditation retreat, then he talk about his experience in his interview, and he said that the moment he hear the news, the business news, the anger arise. So he noted the anger right away. Then he feel in his heart very hot feeling, very hot feeling. Then as soon as he's mindful, that hot feeling in his mind, in his heart, then that hot sensation faded away. So that means because of a deeper level of mindfulness and concentrations, he can aware sensation of anger. The anger is mental state. Because of that anger, the body react with the hot sensation. So the blood became very uh, uh, the blood produced hot feeling. So here, mindfulness actually he practiced mindfulness just for 10 days. Because of that, after he come out from meditation retreat, so he got that experience. Because if the anger came in, earlier he doesn't know it. Anger is just automatic response. Anger is unconscious mind. Anger is unconscious mind in our mind. So if we do not have any mindfulness, we will respond with the anger. So anger and greed, delusion, all these are unconscious mind. So when we have a chance, when we encounter with unpleasant and pleasant things, so those underlying tendencies, those anusia will come up. So they are unconscious mind according to Western psychologies. If we are cultivating a good quality, mindfulness, compassion, etc., then if we are doing again and again, it became unconscious mind in our mind. So even though we experience pleasant things, we are not reacting with the lobha. Even though we experience unpleasant things, we are not reacting with the anger. So we are, how to say, our mind controlling. So for that reason, so I want to talk about the nature of unconscious mind. So because of that, I choose this topic: your mind, the creator. You create your happiness and happiness. We created good and bad things in past life. Then we can control our past destiny by using our mind. But of course, pure mind will bring a pure result. So, according to Western psychology, so there are majority of our activities are driven by unconscious mind. We are unconsciously talking, unconsciously reacting. According to Buddhism, of course, those unconscious mind can be just simply lobha, dosa, moha. So those lobha, dosa, moha underlying in our mind. Underlying me, they do not exist all the time, of course. But when our mind, when our senses have contact with outside object, then those underlying tendency, anusia mind will come. Because of that, we are reacting automatically. So because of that, if we are reacting in a negative way, then a happiness, suffering, problem will come to our life. So here, what the Buddha taught is mindfulness. So if you were in Mahaprinibbana Sutta, the Buddha said that if you want to overcome mental and physical suffering, that's the only way, mindfulness. So if we are practicing mindfulness all the time, then you can build up that mindfulness. If you are repeatedly doing, cultivating that mindfulness, so that mindfulness became our second nature. It became our unconscious mind. It will, but of course, as a Buddhojana, it will not be 100%, but as a Arahant, so those positive energy became unconscious. So wherever they talk, wherever they react, good things, good things. So my exercise is we need to train our mind. We need to train a good quality of the mind to be our second nature, to become unconscious mind. Mind is the creator. Our happiness and happiness, everything created by the mind. So today I invited one of the speakers, Mr. Mitananda from Malaysia, and he is one of my student here. So we discuss about hypnotism. Actually, when I talk about unconscious mind, also talk about hypnotism. So we discussed about it, and he was Mr. Mitananda is from Malaysia. He is a hypnotist. He is performing a clinical hypnotherapy to help patients with anxiety, stress, insomnia, panic attack, or phobias. Also, he is helping those people to get motivation, confidence building. So he has been practicing hypnotic therapy for more than 10 years. So I think if we listen his experiences, then it is wonderful. It's wonderful. So you will know more about unconscious mind, and you will know more about the importance of the mind. Mind creates everything. So you have a insomnia, you have a stress, anxiety, you have a trauma, fear, everything because of the mind. So I think let's listen to Mr. Mitananda, Mr. Tony from Malaysia. Then after that, we will have a question and answer session. Okay, Mr. Mitananda, Mr. Mitananda, can you raise your hand because I can't see you. Hello. Oh, okay.
Can you hear me now?
Good evening, Mitananda. So, can you tell us your personal experience about hypnotherapy? So we are eager to listen.
Nama budaya Bante.
Okay.
To brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. It is an honor to be invited by Bante to share some of my experiences dealing with the mind. Okay, thank you Bante for your invitation. Now let us talk about the mind, especially the unconscious mind. The mind is a very interesting subject, close to my heart. Okay, my work involves working with the unconscious mind. So when Bante talked about the unconscious mind last week, I started to wonder whether I am in the wrong profession or rather wrong livelihood. We have learned all about right livelihood in the normal age so far, but I'm dealing with something to do with their karma too. So you see, I deal with people with stress problems, anxiety, phobias, panic attack, and many others. Now, all this has to do with the mind. As Pante earlier introduced me, I am hypnotist, a clinical hypnotherapist. So what is hypnosis? Hypnosis is actually a trance-like mental state in which people experience increased attention, concentration, and suggestibility. Hypnosis is often described as a sleep-like state, not actual sleep, somewhere between, or say, above the Bawanga line, but below the mind process state, or somewhere around the receiving state. So you are not actually sleep above the Bawanga state, but below that mind processing state. Okay? Meaning your sense consciousness or your sense law is open, but not investigating or determining anything. Okay, but people in a hypnotic state often seem sleepy and zone out. But in reality, their unconscious mind are in a state of hyper awareness, able to retrieve past memories that were stored deep inside their unconscious mind. So while there are many myths and misconceptions, hypnosis is a very real process that can be used as a therapeutic tool. Hypnosis has been shown to have medical and therapeutic benefits, like in reduction of pain and anxiety. Now, I give you an example where I use hypnosis to help prepare a patient of mine who was about to go for a cesarean operation. You know, a pregnant woman don't give birth through the natural way, but through cesarean. She was very anxious, of course, so hypnosis helped her to calm down so she won't feel the anxiety before going in for the operation. I also prepared her to overcome the pain pre and post operation suggestion of numbness around the area to be cut, or to be operated. No, I taught her self-hypnosis, how to hypnotize herself, how to numb her hand. First is to numb her hand, and later to transfer the numbness to whichever part of the body she wanted it to be numb. So it's all to do with her mind. So I programmed it into her mind, suggest to her how to numb her hand. That's it, it's really numb, and then she's able to transfer the numbness to the part where she feels or she's going to feel the pain. It proved to be very useful, especially after the operation, because she could just numb the area where the surgery took place, where there's a surgical place. You can numb it and you don't have to feel the pain anymore. So that means you can do away with the painkiller medication. So you see here the power of suggestions to the unconscious mind. Just my power of suggestion to the unconscious mind is very powerful. It is the power of the mind over matter. Okay, so this is one part. Now coming back to the everyday problems that people are experiencing or suffering. Some of those problems that the people suffer could be the karmic effect of what they have done or unwholesome actions or activities they have committed, either knowingly or unknowingly in the past. That could be days ago or years ago, or perhaps lives ago. Lives ago means previous life, past life. And their karmic effects are ripening or is manifesting in this life itself. So they are seeing all those bad unwholesome things happening now because of their past actions. If it is their karmic effect manifesting now in this life, the question is, should the effect be left to fully ripen? That means he or that person needs to reap what he sowed, right? What is the effect that he has got to face?
Can you tell us about some example, just like some people have a phobia or something like that? Can you tell us some example?
Okay, let me case about phobia which I have worked on. Okay, the patient had a Katsarida phobia, or in layman term, cockroach phobia, fear of cockroach. Now, cockroaches can fly, but not very well like the birds, and only for a short distance. Sometimes they fly to escape when they are threatened, either from a predator or from human who wants to kill them. If they take off and fly straight towards you, they are usually frightened and not in a very good control of where they are heading. So, how did the phobia got to you? There are many reasons. One of them could be, as I mentioned earlier, not flying straight to you and you got a fright. Or maybe when you were young, somebody played a prank on you by playfully throwing a live cockroach at you. And the multiple legs of the cockroach crawling all over you made you freeze. So now you would have forgotten about the incident or bad experience after a few days, few weeks, or a few months. So you carry on with your life as usual without remembering the incident. Then one day while you were in the kitchen washing the dishes, you saw a cockroach near the sink and everything just go haywire. You threw the place, you threw the cups and went hysterical because you saw the cockroach. The poor innocent cockroach who done you no harm. Now you see the frightening, scary experience you went through the days ago or weeks ago. That was embedded in your subconscious mind, your unconscious mind. So each time you see a cockroach, your unconscious mind will trigger your conscious mind to react to the fight or flight response. So my work is to bring you back you can recall when it happened very well and good, maybe very fast. If not, then I will have to bring you back to the time the incident happened. Okay? That means under hypnosis, I regress you month by month or years by years back to the point, the time where the incident happened and work on that point from the unconscious mind point of view to release that problem. Okay. That is on one example. The other example is a 36-year-old lady. Her marriage was on the rock and at a point of breaking up because of the phobia. Agoraphobia, they call it agoraphobia, an anxiety disorder in which you fear and avoid places and situations that might cause you to panic and make you feel trapped, helpless, or embarrassed. Now, she started having that phobia and then I go out to do her marketing or even to the very nearby neighborhood sundry shop. Everything she needed will have to be done by her husband. So naturally, the husband is getting very annoyed and frustrated and on the verge of breaking up the marriage. So it's going to be serious. The husband took her to consult her normal family doctor, who could not help her either. Because she herself did not know why and how it happened. Finally, the doctor referred them to me. It took me a few sessions, hypnotic sessions, before I get a breakthrough as to why her behavior changed. After regressing her back from that present age back one by one until the point where she reached 10 years old.
Mm.
So, forgotten about it. But when she reached 10 years old, that's where it triggers and she starts relating to me. She confided to me this, she was molested while on her way back from a neighborhood sundry shop and she never told anyone. She was running an errand for her mother. She cried after telling me her story. So she had been 10 years old when she was molested, and now her own daughter was approaching her 10th birthday. She needs to protect her daughter and keep her safe. This has been growing stronger and stronger, very protective of her daughter's safety. This has led her, the agoraphobia, getting worse without her even realizing that there was an association of her own past experience. Because of her past experience at 10 years old, now her daughter is approaching 10 years old. She becomes that protective because of past experience. And she started staying away. So I worked on her for several sessions before getting her back to normal again. From 10 years, the incident that happened, I have to work on that point. Okay? Again, until you see how the unconscious mind influences her conscious mind. So the satisfaction I got from this case is not solving the
How
problem.
you suggest, how you instruct to come back to recover?
Okay, then when I regressed to 10 years old, there's a point we have to work. After I built up the trust between her and me, she started telling everything. And from there, you have to think, put her into a positive mind, desensitize whatever happened, turn the negative things to positive, and slowly change the mindset
Yeah,
to
yeah.
positive mindset. So that
Good.
when I return back to the present age, she would have forgotten about the negative things that happened 10 years ago.
Oh,
And
I
from
see.
there, change to a positive side and back to a normal self.
Okay.
Okay, now, the satisfaction I got from this case is not only solving her problem of agoraphobia, but I got a satisfaction of saving her marriage and the family. That was a very good achievement, I feel, that I saved the marriage.
Yeah,
A
that's
good example is
mm,
another example is about the mind. Is about the case of a boss and the worker. This boss is a businessman and is very demanding. During this economic downturn, sales was bad and target was not met. He called for a meeting and gave a good dressing down to all the marketing personnel demanding for more sales. One particular lady, salesperson, who happened to be his favorite top sales personnel, was also not doing very well. After meeting, this marketing lady felt hurt and her mood was really down and she threatened to resign. Now, with her mood down, the boss became more stressed, because she threatened to resign, and the boss also get easily agitated. It became so bad that each morning, every morning she will come to work. The boss, before he even want to start climbing the stairs, the heart started having palpitation and having restlessness to the point of collapsing. So panic attack sets him. He thought he was dying because of the heartbeat. So he went to see his GP, but the solution was only temporary. But each time he took the medication, he would feel relaxed and sleepy. So he would stay away from office a few days. And when he come back to work, the same problem will surface. So to and fro to the GP, it does not work. At the end, the GP referred him to me. So I work on it, find out what actually happened, case by case, how the thing happened, and then he told me the problem has started after the meeting with the staff and after scolding everyone for not making the target. And after hearing that that particular sales personnel girl who was very good and her supposed to be the top personnel in the office, saying that she wanted to resign, that's where the hurt comes into him. You feel hurt and depression comes in. So these are the things where the mind, cause, not because of the girl, it's because of he himself. The words he used is very important. Because if the wrong words used can hurt someone's mind, and indirectly it hurts the own mind. And when it hurts the own mind, you yourself have the trouble of facing the group again.
so.
So,
Is there
and
is there any experience that you have to uh, go to their past life as a hypnotist? Can you go back to can you trace back up to their past life?
uh, yes, past life. I've done a case about the past life on this guy who, always when he meets someone, the anger is always, he always feel angry when he sees someone on the face. He can't bear to see his face, working in the same office. So he came to me to ask why it is happening.
Mm.
So I request him, talk to him. There's nothing he can recall that he has hurt a guy. He has never fight with a guy before, but he just can't bear to see the guy's face.
Mm.
So I put him under hypnosis. We back to young, even as teenager. They have never met before as teenager. They never know each other as teenager. Only in office the first time they met, but the, the meeting was no good. They cannot face each other.
Mm.
And enough, I had no choice but to request him back to previous life. That's where I saw the actual problem. That guy, he can recall in the previous life, that guy was actually a very close friend of his. And because of some uh, love problem, okay, the guy took away his lover, his girlfriend,
Mm.
and there was some un wholesome thing happened between two of them,
Mm.
and another the fight, okay, and the other person hurt him very badly,
Mm.
okay, very badly, and they went off to different places. And that's where it ends. You know, it's already over. But coming to this life, we meet again, but under different circumstances. Okay, under different, but the past life is covering him. So when he see the person, he don't know why, but ultimately he hates the person. Seeing
Yeah.
the face is
A past memory.
again, after knowing the truth, to work on it, to find a favorable solution to the previous life, to make back, to create the friendship back, compassion back to each other, the loving kindness in the previous life, and when he life, teach him the loving kindness radiation, and now he's seeing that person as a good friend, you know, back as a good friend.
Okay, very good. So, yeah. So actually, as a hypnotist, you find out the cause, actually hidden cause. So that can be called you are trying to know the unconscious mind. So deep inside their mind, there are some causes. Because of that, because of that subconscious or unconscious mind, so automatically they are reacting. So actually, for that reason, so um, as I said in previous lessons, so we have unconscious mind according to Buddhism. Uh, According to Western psychology, we can also say on the underlying tendencies, just like a lobha, dosa, moha. So they are, we can call it unconscious mind. So if we are not mindful, so we react automatically. So because of that, we can control those unconscious mind. So by using conscious mind, just like a mindfulness, loving kindness, etc. So repeated practice of uh, mindfulness, and we can remove, we can prevent automatic movement, automatic response. So driven by those unconscious mind. And also, as I said that if we are practicing mindfulness all the time, so it became unconscious mind. So I think that. So thank you so much, Mr. Metananda. So thank you for talking about your experience. So as a hypnotist, of course you are solving the problem of the people. So just like you said in the first story, so you save the marriage life of the couple. So it's a good thing. So wherever you're trying to keep on practice your hypnosis, hypnosis therapy. Okay, thank you so much. So okay, so I will. If any question, I will let people ask. Any question? Gong Gong Fong Fu.
Yeah, Bante, I
Yeah.
was wondering when you are in that state of unconsciousness, unconscious mind, will another being takes over your body in that sense? Or is it possible that you are in that state of hypnosis or unconscious mind that you never wake up, Would it ever happen?
I think I have to let Mr. Nitananda answer the question because no idea. Okay, Mr.
Okay, sister, you don't have to worry. When you are under hypnosis, as I said, it is not sleep, neither are you fully awake. Okay? You are just like in a dreamy state. The only thing is, because of my suggestion, you only listen to my voice, my instruction. But your conscious mind is so relaxed that you just like feel like sleepy state. If I were to say, hypnotize you, treat you halfway through the treatment, say I collapse and I die. What happened? Are you going to stay in that state all your life? No. You will just sleep through as a normal sleep and wake up refreshed. Okay? So don't worry. You will just sleep through and just wake up again refreshed. So your hemoglobin drops, don't worry. You will still wake up.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. And teacher meeting.
Okay, I don't have to unmute myself. All right. Can you hear me, Bante? Sorry.
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, okay. Actually, my question is to Metananda, because he mentioned about the people do not know why, the reason. So it was, they do not know the reason for all this Angora phobia and all that. I've got a girlfriend's daughter who's actually now suffering it, but she is actually due to post-trauma. She knows exactly what has happened. Very unfortunate. A lot of events had happened to her. So now she's now actually in this state of agoraphobia where she dare not really leave the house even sometimes. It takes a lot of courage just to get out. So, but she is consciously, because she's post-trauma patient, because of all those things that happened to her. So will hypnotism help her in this case? Because she knows the cause for her problems, that she goes into depression and all that, and then, does it help? Hypnotism for her then?
Yeah, you see, the trouble when that thing happened 10 years ago, okay, she knew that thing happened to her. Okay, over the years, she would have forgotten or she can even remember that thing happened. But she will never realize that that incident is going to affect her behavior now after 30 years or after 25 years. You never
No,
expect that.
it happened long ago. It happened also pretty recently also. So, yeah.
So, but you will never know that this is connected to what happened to her. Her present condition was triggered by her unconscious mind. She became very protective of her daughter, and ultimately she herself do not want to go out, do not want the daughter to go out, but without realizing that her incident is the one that is affecting her behavior now. So, but after regressing and finding out, okay, oh, this is the actual cause of that, then we will try to take care of the incident that happened in the early years. So when we take care of that and resolve it and desensitize the problem that she has been facing with more ego strengthening, and that problem will ultimately goes away. You give all the ego strengthening, all the positive side of it, and desensitize the problem that happened previously.
Okay. Ellen.
Okay. This is a question for Brother Metananda. Well, actually, I was going to ask about PTSD since it's addressed that. I have another question, and that is people who have become radicalized, especially nowadays, we talk about terrorists and so on. And there are people who, whose mindset have become programmed to believe in certain things. So they become radicalized. So would hypnotherapy be helpful to such people?
Yes, in a way, we all we have to do is we have to know when the thing started, how long it has been brainwashed by whoever that has been doing the other work. And my work is to sort of reformat her mind, okay, back to the original before the brainwashing starts. So by reformatting, we have to desensitize the part that she was in brainwashed and bring her back to where she was originally heading. So it will take a few sessions This type of thing will take a few times. Not because of only one session you can change everything. It take a few sessions, bit by bit, strengthen our ego. So certain problem will take longer period of our healing.
Thank you.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah. So
I suppose it would take a long time. It's like delete from memory and reformat.
Yes, reformatting, correct. And it takes time because it's already embedded, brainwashed by the third party. So it takes time to brainwash her back. She already been brainwashed and I have to rewash it. Bring it back.
okay. Okay, thank you so much. It was a very interesting topic, a very interesting thing to talk about hypnotherapy, because I think the one who was hypnotized need to submit to the uh, hypnotist. So anyway, the last question about Taoists. Of course, they are brainwashed, so they have been taught these are you have to do this, you have to do this, and they are brainwashed, so they start to believe. So that go to unconscious mind. So for that reason, so as a Buddhist, practicing mindfulness, if we are brainwashing our mind, so that means in a sense that we are trying to reprogramming our mind. If we try to install mindfulness program in our mind, then we prevent our original Bhavanga Cheda. The original Bhavanga Cheda will not have chance to do automatic reaction. So for that reason, the Buddha said, if you want to overcome our mental and physical suffering, the only way, that's mindfulness. So if we are mindful, so we are not reacting with the anger, or we are not reacting with the lobha. So in that way, we will not have any happiness, or we will not have any problem in our mind. So for that reason, the mind is the creator of our happiness and happiness. It depends on our choice. If you choose to reprogram your mind with the good qualities such as mindfulness, compassion, then your reaction, automatic reaction, will be a good one. If your reactions by way of speech, by way of bodily action is good, then you have a good result. So for that reason, the most important is the mind. We need to reprogram our mind by doing if we install a good program in our mind, then happiness, happiness, happiness. Okay, thank you so much for attending, and thank you, Ms. Mitananda, for talking about hypnotherapy. Okay, let's close our lessons. Yo varatam pavaro manu jesu sakyamuni bhagavakata kecho aragato bala viriya samanthi dan suka dan saranatamu bemi raga viraga maninjama sokan dhamma Masangata mapatikulan Marura mimampa kunan suwipatan Dhamma mimam saranatamupe Yata chate namaha palamahu Chatusu sisu puri sayukesu Atacha pokala dhammata sate Sangha mimam saranatamupe me. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good night, everyone.